you turn your microphone on?
Me or someone else?
Do we all have to be on a mic?
Cameron, can you hear us when we're not mic?
I can hear you. I haven't heard any other
Should I redo it?
commissioners, maybe besides Mary just now.
Right. It's September 25th, 2025. I'm calling to order the Sustainability Commission of Flagstaff. My name is Mary Metzger. I am the vice chair. And as the call to order, I will now do roll call. Amy Wolkowski is not here. Commissioner Elijah Bourne.
Here.
Commissioner Cameron Carson.
Here.
Commissioner Kristen Conkle. Absent. Commissioner Tom Lammy.
Here.
Commissioner Roger Skurlock.
Here.
We will now ask for a volunteer to read the land acknowledgement. Is there someone who would like to volunteer? All right, we're asking Commissioner Elijah Bourne to please read the land acknowledgement.
The Sustainability Commission humbly acknowledges the ancestral homelands of this area's indigenous nations and original stewards. These lands, still inhabited by native descendants, border mountains sacred to indigenous peoples. We honor them, their legacies, their traditions, and their continued contributions. We celebrate their past, present, and future generations who will forever be known, or who will forever know this place is home.
Thank you very much. I might make a note that we are having serious weather events on the outside, so there might be some noises behind us when we're doing the meeting. And a congratulations to everyone who made it to the physical meeting. This is exciting. Okay, is there anyone here that would like to make a public comment? As noted, any member of the public may address the commission on any subject within their jurisdiction that is not scheduled before the commission on that day. Due to open meeting laws, the commission cannot discuss or act on items presented during this portion of the agenda. To address the commission on an item that is on the agenda, please use the Teams chat function. Simply type in public comment to indicate to the chair that you would like to comment. The chair will then recognize you when it is time for public comment, and staff will unmute your microphone if needed. Is there anyone here present to make public comment? From a,
Commissioners, the screen connection got lost, so we're just getting some IT help with that.
Oh, thank you very much. I thought perhaps you was a member of the community that wanted to make a public comment. Going to ask at this time, having read or reviewed the minutes of the last meeting, going to ask that we have an approval of the minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I motion we approve the minutes.
Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you, sir. All in favor of approving the minutes for the last meeting, please signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
All opposed signify by saying nay. The ayes have it. At this time,
Mary, did you get Commissioner Carlson's vote?
I beg your pardon?
I was an aye.
He was an aye. Thank you, Commissioner Carlson. Thank you. I was sure you were, but I thought I couldn't hear you. All right, at this time, we're going to ask Stephen Thompson to provide information about a food action plan update. Mr. Thompson?
Good afternoon, commissioners. My name is Stephen Thompson. I serve as a manager within the sustainability division for the city of Flagstaff, and I'm here this afternoon to share information about the upcoming food action plan. So give me one moment to start sharing my screen, and I have a short presentation and there'll be plenty of time to ask questions. Okay, so oh, it doesn't seem to be sharing.
I think
Even-
we've just got these two screens. So can
Okay.
everyone see the screen well enough? That one or that one?
Okay, I will jump on the other computer to be able to share my presentation. Okay,
Steve, I need to advance your slides on your computer because what's streaming isn't what's on the screen.
got it.
I'll keep pace with your slides. You want to do it? Just bring your computer down. Okay.
All right, let's try this again. All right, technical difficulties, but I'm here to give a very brief overview of the food action plan. But to do that, I need to take us back a few years to the very beginning of this project, which is a USDA funded project called Assessing and Growing a Sustainable Community Food System. So what we're going to be going over today is a very brief project history, the purpose of the project, an overview of the timeline, and we're going to take a quick look at the different phases of this overall project, have some time to look at some of the draft actions and the established goals for the food action plan, and time for questions at the end. So what is the purpose of this? The primary purpose is assessing and growing a sustainable community food system. So we wanted to get a really good sense of food system in northern Arizona. So not just Flagstaff, but the entirety of northern Arizona, and find different ways to address gaps in food access, food distribution, and assess the true needs of our community and the surrounding area. And it's laid out with 4 primary goals for the project. So goal 1, assess the local food system and collect data through a comprehensive food systems assessment. Goal 2, present these findings with stakeholders and the community to build awareness and to better understand the implications of those findings. Goal 3, assess the feasibility of one strategic food-related business that is identified or was identified through the community engagement process. And then goal 4, develop and implement a food action plan. And I'm happy to say that we're in this final phase of this multi-year process. So now to dive into an overview of each one of these phases and some key highlights. So in phase 1, it was all about conducting the community food system assessment. And we worked with a variety of partners, some local partners, Flagstaff Food Link, Flagstaff Family Food Center, a lot of community members, and an outside consultant, New Venture Advisors. And New Venture Advisors conducted extensive research about Northern Arizona and our community, Through a community-wide survey, we've received over 1,000 responses and then compiled that information to share out with different stakeholder groups. These focus groups, these 34 key food system stakeholders, participated in 6 different workshops and helped identify the primary needs from their sector, whether it's a food grower, a food distribution business, or within school. So you can see a listing there on the slide of some of the folks that were involved. In addition, during this phase, NVA, so New Venture Advisors, conducted a social network analysis, which identified more than 30 related businesses and organizations dedicated to food systems. All of this information in these reports can be found on our website, and I'll share where you can find those longer documents. So during 2023 and 2024, the community food system assessment surveys and all that research occurred. And last July 2024, we published the community food system assessment. And just a nice shout out to some of our local partners who we really relied on to move this project forward. These entities like Flagstaff Food Link, Flagstaff Family Food Center are the experts in this field. So we leaned on their expertise and community connections to cast a wide net to get as broad of a perspective to really be representative of our community. And then in phase 2, so we have food system assessment, the CFSA completed. And then phase 2 was to bring it back to community members and ask them to help identify the strongest and biggest themes that they could identify from that assessment. So we had over 140 community members engaged in stakeholder meetings and open houses, basically, to talk about what are the implications for our community based around this assessment. Here's a brief overview of the different locations that some of these community conversations were held and the target audiences. So we have several open houses that are anyone who wants to come, but we focused on areas like Sunnyside neighborhood. And then we have a youth focused one, Southside Neighborhood Association and that community. The Josie Montoya Community and Senior Center allowed us to put on some of these workshops so we could engage with seniors and then Indigenous families and then educators and representatives from FUSD. So this, I'm hoping, is painting the picture of how robust and community driven this process has been. So all of these community engagement opportunities happened the last fall, so like August and October of 2024. From that, we were able to draw out some of the overarching themes and start to prepare primary goals for the Flagstaff Food Action Plan. And on the screen here is a brief overview of like the primary focus areas and goals and the goal statements themselves. So food access, local food, farm and ranch economy, resilience, and network building. So these are our overarching goals. And from there, we worked with a steering committee made out of community members and residents of Flagstaff. Some are part of organizations like Flagstaff Family Food Center, Flagstaff Food Link, and a variety of others who have been engaged within food systems work for decades. And they helped create the standard objectives underneath this plan. So we have goals overarching, the more specific objectives to help achieve those goals. And this past summer, we have been developing we've developed over 50 critical actions to be able to achieve success within this framework. And here's just a very brief overview. I won't go into too much detail here because I don't want to read the screen at folks, but we have around between 2 and 6 primary objectives underneath each goal. And each one of these is designed and has been vetted through community groups and reviews and policy workshops that have been hosted this past summer, along with the steering committee that has been engaged with us since the very beginning of this project. So we have food access goals here, the network building, and their associated objectives. I'm going to continue moving forward. You'll have this packet of information available, and this is also online. So I'm not going to dive too much into each one of these. Just wanted to highlight each one of these has really solid objectives to achieve success. So where are we now? And this is really one of the main reasons to come here tonight to promote the Food Action Plan open houses. So we've gathered all this content, developed these goals, developed these actions, and now we're asking for community members to provide a little bit of feedback to help us prioritize the most critical, most significant actions they want to see happen when we start to implement this, hopefully next year. So we have a couple of open houses. The next one is Wednesday, October 8th at the Eastside Library from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Then the next open house after that is, there's a typo there. It's supposed to say Saturday, October 18th, and that's at the downtown library from noon to 1:30. And then throughout the entire month of October, there is an online survey on the city's new engagement platform, so Connect Flagstaffs. And this has an overview of pretty much everything I just shared with you all and the community input survey. So all community members will have access to this throughout the month of October. And then after October wraps up, we will continue to work with new venture advisors to synthesize all of this information to update the draft plan. And then in December, throughout November and December, there's going to be a lot of review and development of the final draft version of the food action plan. And then hopefully in early January, we will be able to bring that draft plan to City Council for review, consideration, and eventual adoption. Yeah, thank you all so much for your time. And here's some information. If you want to scan that QR code, it'll take you to the page, which should be up and running shortly. We're waiting for review by October 1st. It will be up. So are there any questions? Oh, hold on one
Can you
second.
turn your mic on, Commissioner Lamy? Thank you.
Yeah, so I was curious about the raw data. I saw where you were going to ask the community to prioritize, but I'm assuming there's a lot of, choices that came up in the survey. And I wonder, where is that on the website, that raw?
By the raw data, I'm confused by your question. I'm sorry.
Oh, I just was wondering, there's just curiosity, I suppose, but what all was said? What are people asking for in terms of food systems? Because I see at the open house, you're going to prioritize or use that for that.
Yes. Thank you for that question. And let me see if might be able to pull it up really quickly here. So on our website, there are copies of all of the documents that were created. So the community food system assessment, those results, the social networking results as well, just to give you an idea of what.
Hey, Steve, sorry to interrupt. That's not being streamed, so you probably want to do it on your computer.
Thank
just
you.
So it's on the recording. Thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, I think I have it pulled up here too.
So while you're pulling that up, Are we going to see the rough draft after you've met with with these community groups? Will you bring it to the Sustainability Commission?
I can definitely bring the draft to the commission,
That'd be
depending
great.
on the schedule. If nothing else, we will be able to communicate it out because we will make all of this publicly available, either through the Connect platform where we're getting all the feedback from, or on our main webpage, which I'm sharing. Right.
You're gonna have to do it on both computers. Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Yeah, so I'm trying to pull that up. Okay. So on this webpage, it has a lot of information that I've shared already, and it also has links to the full reports. So in here, if you're really keen on seeing all of the data and all of the results, click on these. It's a really large document, so it may take a minute or two to load. But it goes into detail about the assessment process, the partners that we have engaged with, and then it goes into more of the fun data. So if you really like that sort of stuff, dive in. It's all of this has informed the goals, objectives, and actions. Now on the project site, which I'll pull up on both, it'll take me a moment.
Can I ask a question while
Yeah,
you're
of
pulling it up?
course.
So I noticed other counties, and you had said in the beginning that what you're looking at is northern Arizona, not just Flagstaff. Are you networking and are interfacing with other agencies in the county? I mean, other than, like Yavapai County Food Sources or et cetera? I noticed lots of counties on that screen.
Give me one moment
Okay.
to respond there. Don't think I'll be able to pull it up, unfortunately. Let's see if it shows up. Nope, not yet. I apologize. I can't pull it up on this screen. I'm sharing it on
That's all
Teams,
right.
though.
We all know how to
But
go the screen.
to respond to your question, during the community food system assessment portion of this project, we collaborated extensively throughout all of northern Arizona and engaged all of the counties.
Good.
In the more recent phases, we have narrowed the focus to be primarily Flagstaff and Coconino County.
Okay.
And on our steering committee, there are 2 representatives from Coconino County that have been with us the entire, during the entire process.
Thank you. There's a lot of work going into that. It's very obvious. Thank you so much for your presentation tonight. Are there any other questions? I'm going to let you off the hook then. Thank you very much.
Steve, can I ask if you can send the PowerPoint and maybe a link to the site when it's live, and then we'll send it out to the commissioners?
Yes,
Okay,
I will
cool.
make sure that happens before I leave this evening. And there will be more information coming out in the press release next week to advertise these open houses and how to access the community feedback survey. So we'll be doing a lot of outreach, and I'll make sure to send this information along. So
Thank you very much. It was a wonderful job tonight. Thank you.
thank you.
Our next agenda item is the Flagstaff Sustainability Grants Update and Practice Scoring Exercise. Well, since key people that were going to present this are not available this evening for various reasons, illness and travel, we're going to ask that this be tabled to a future meeting. Can I ask for a motion to do that?
Motion to table item 6B on the agenda to next meeting.
Thank you very much. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Do we have Cameron someplace? Hi, Cameron. Cameron, did you understand what we're doing here? Is he there? It's weird to have somebody up in the sky like that. It's like you're looking up at an angel or something. for the grant?
There's for sure 7
Well, that will make grading easy.
right now.
Just to clarify, Chair, so your motion was to table for a future meeting, but Commissioner Bourne made a motion
For the next
for the
meeting.
next meeting.
Um,
So I don't
the
know.
reason she's asking about that is we're looking at a dual November, December meeting, which
Our next meeting's in October.
I realize that, but I'm thinking your concern is that we have other things on 2 different meetings.
I'm just wanting to clarify what the motion was. for.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yes, then in clarification, Commissioner Bourne did recommend the next meeting, and that was seconded and approved. So it would go on the next meeting's agenda.
Good. And I don't see Commissioner Carlson here, but we still have 4 people, so we have a quorum, so.
Thank you very
That's
much
good.
for your
Thank you.
clarification. The next item in the agenda is the Sustainability Commission Ordinance Update. And it was a subcommittee that put this together, and Jenna is not able to present it to us, but what we're going to ask, oh, is that right? What we're going to ask is, hopefully all the commissioners read in their email these particular sustainability ordinance updates. There were 2 versions, the one that the subcommittee designed, and then there was one that the legal department reviewed and restructured. No, I don't think
Maybe.
there's.
Jenna, do you want to just describe the options and where we're at? And I think that would help.
I'm sorry, Jen, I did not mean to jump over you. You should have done that. Okay, thank you.
All right, so what was attached to the agenda item was there's draft 1, which were the changes proposed at the working group. Last meeting, Nicole talked to you all, and we have draft 2 now, which is the version approved by the city's legal division. So you guys can have a discussion on these 3 options that you have on what steps to take next. And so option 1 is to approve the second draft, which is the one from legal. And so with that, you'll need a motion and a vote. And then from there, staff will take that ordinance to council for their consideration and potential adoption in October or November. So that's option 1. Option 2 is you can decide that you all want to make additional edits to the version by legal. And you can do that during this meeting, but we have 15 minutes for the agenda item. Either way, that will have to go back to legal for review. We would bring it back to you all at another meeting and the process would keep going. Option 3 is that you all can revive the original working group or create a new working group to make additional edits outside of this meeting. And that will also involve that long process of going back to legal and back to you all and then back to.
Okay, so
council.
what I'm going to ask is if you looked at both of the descriptions, was there anything substantively different in the legal one that was abhorrent to anybody on the committee? That you looked at and went, don't like that. Is there anything were there any objections to the
I thought
legal
it
one?
was Commissioner Wolkowinski that had some concerns or something, and that's why I mentioned it, because she's not here to say yay or nay. That said, I'm fine with voting as the legal department has approved it, and let's push this off the agenda and be done.
Okay, so are you making a motion that will approve the
I
legal?
make a motion that we approve the legal version of
Okay.
the sustainability ordinance.
Is there a second to that?
I second that.
All right, all those in favor of accepting the legal version that has been advertised to all of us through our agenda, so we were able to read it and accept it. If everyone approves of that, all those in favor of accepting the legal, I kind of want to call it the one that has been referred to us from the legal department. Let's say it that way. Do we all approve of that particular version? All those in favor say aye.
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 Cameron, Thank you, Cameron. All those against, say nay. The motion passes, and we now accept the version that the legal department submitted to us. Thank you very much.
Okay, great. Thank you, Commissioner. So we're on to one of the last items. So it's the Flagstaff Sustainability Office monthly update. So I'm going to pull up the council working calendar, and then I will pull up the monthly report as well. So just give me 30 seconds to do that.
Well, first of all, we want to go over when we're going to do the November, December meeting.
Whoopsies, I jumped ahead.
That's all right.
Nope, go ahead,
So
Commissioner Metzger.
D is, as we all discussed at the last meeting, the November meeting sits on Thanksgiving Day. And then December becomes such a massive crash of people going places and doing things. It's very hard to set the third Thursday in December as well. So in years past, we've combined the two meetings for an earlier date in November. And it's been suggested that we might want to look at November 20th. That's the Thursday before Thanksgiving for our November/December meeting. Now, keep in mind that if we come to this meeting and somebody at the group says, we really need another meeting in December, there's always that possibility. We're not throwing that baby out with the bath. But at this juncture, what we're looking at is a combined November meeting on November 20th. So we have some discussion on that.
I just wanted to ask, when are we grading the grants in November or?
Yes, that's when you'll be grading them. And I'll ask for advice from our support group, our support ladies. When we do the discussion about the finalization of the grants, do we do that in 2026? Or is that going to be part of the November meeting too? Where we discuss and go, this grant wasn't any good, or that was great, whatever. Is all that part of the November meeting or the one in the following year?
Ideally, the November.
Thank you very much. So the November meeting, so ideally, everyone will have read their assigned grants and evaluated them and turned them in, and that's when we'll have some discussion about that. So that meeting sometimes goes a little longer. So that's the other thing that we would beg your indulgence. Since it's two meetings together, the potential of making it a 3-hour meeting as opposed to just a 2-hour meeting. Just want to throw that out there as well. What are your thoughts about that? Okay. Cameron, what are you thinking about in terms of a November 20th meeting that might be 3 hours? Cameron, are you with us? Okay. So I'll ask for a motion.
Hi, yes.
Okay. So are you in concurrence with us about the notion of a November 20th meeting that might be a little bit longer? It's not a requirement that it go 3 hours, but it gives us an open door if we want to set it up for meeting notification that it's a 3-hour meeting.
Yeah, that sounds good. I think the way we've done it before is great.
Okay. So all those in favor, please say aye. For a November 20th
Aye.
meeting? Aye. Any opposed, say nay. Okay, the motion carries. We'll have a November 20th meeting, potentially 3 hours long, but could be shorter. Just gives us a little leeway, and there will be no meeting in December at this point. Does everyone recognize that as the decision on this? Okay, good. Did we do the Roberts rules all right? We can cancel the December meeting now?
I think you're good for now. We'll figure out if you need to do anything else at a future meeting.
Okay. So the next agenda item is the Flagstaff Sustainability Office monthly update. Can we hear from you?
Yes, that's me. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so this is the current working calendar for the city council. So just want to draw your attention to a couple items that are coming up that are led by the Sustainability Office. So on Tuesday, October 7th, we have two things. I've highlighted them. So the first one is at the bottom of the page. It's a little hard to see because that's only on that screen over there. But basically, it's the agreement for a virtual power purchase agreement, which I believe Nicole Antonopoulos has spoke to this commission about before. And so if you're interested, I encourage you to attend that meeting and you can either listen in or join in person. And another one is on that same day, we have micro mobility share. So that's looking at getting council direction on next steps for establishing a micro mobility share. So that could be micro mobility is like scooters, bikes, things like that. So in Flagstaff, so that is a partnership between the Sustainability Office and Transportation Engineering at the city. So two things on that agenda. So definitely one to pay attention to if you're interested in seeing where that goes. Another one, I actually forgot to highlight it, but it's very important. On Thursday, October 9th, there's a special city council meeting for the regional plan. And I know this commission spent a lot of time reviewing the regional plan late last year and put a lot of input into that. I don't know if lately there have been some planning and zoning meetings. That's where we're at right now. I don't know if you've all been attending any of those, but basically it's going to city council on Thursday, October 9th for potential adoption. So, and then it would go to voters if the council adopts it in early next year. And it has, if you haven't looked at the document in a while, I'm happy to send out a link. It has changed a good amount since you looked at it. I mean, the main things are still there, but just the formatting and kind of being streamlined. And I just want to thank you all for the work you put in as well. I do think it helped highlight some of the sustainability related things as well as just clarify where they fit in the plan. So, but I'm happy to send out a little bit more information if that would be helpful just to, I know it was a long time ago that you reviewed those and I know we're all so busy and kind of just move on, but just want to thank you for the work that you put into that and say that it did go somewhere. So anyway, if you're interested in seeing where that went, yeah, Thursday, October 9th, there's a special city council meeting on the regional plan. And that is a big one. That is very important. So if you want to stay clued into the regional plan, you can definitely attend that meeting. Another thing we have coming up is Tuesday, October 14th. We have another sustainability item, which is Wildfire Resilient Homes Initiative, and that's introducing our program. It's home hardening. And Jenna, not to put you on the spot, but do you want to just do a tiny overview of what that is?
I would love to. So we are launching, it's a pilot program, but if you remember during this year's budget process, the Sustainability Office got $100,000 and we're using that to launch a program to help people harden their homes, which is a weird term, but that really means to make their homes more resistant to the potential of wildfire damaging their home. So the biggest component of this is defensible space, but there's also things like adding fire resistant mesh covers to your screen, removing shrubbage. So with this money, we are launching a program that people can sign up and get a completely free home assessment where a member of either sustainability staff or wildland fire staff will come and do a home assessment. They'll give them this really cool report that pops up that shows all the items where they might need more work. And then from there, they will get a free kit is what we're calling it, that will have some yard tools in there. It will have the mesh covers, a bunch of things where if they're able, they can do some of the work themselves. And then if they aren't physically or financially able, we'll have a small grant that they can apply for, that they can use the money to pay a contractor to come in and take care of the work for them. We're also partnering with Steve and his team to hopefully launch some really cool neighborhood level volunteer events to get a bunch of volunteers to go and just help do the work, like moving the pine needles and stuff. We won't be asking volunteers to be running chainsaws or anything like that, but we're really excited about the program. It's a pilot program. We don't have enough funding to reach everybody in the community, but we're hoping that we can get excitement and get people on board and use it to make a scalable, like modelable program to get more funding for in the future.
I feel like I skipped a beat. How are we getting that information out to all this community? I mean, I'm ready to sign up right now, but I'm sure there are people out there that don't know about it. How are we letting them know?
Yes, well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to council and we're going to tell council about it on the 14th. And from there, we are going to do the standard things that you all do, like a press release, but there's some targeted neighborhoods that wildfires helped us use some modeling tools that we know are the most at risk. So since we have limited staff and money this year, we're going to do some events in those neighborhoods and bring like fire trucks and food to get people to come out of their house and talk to us and sign up for the program. We might do things like mailers in those neighborhoods, but we're gonna kind of focus on those target neighborhoods, but the program is open to anybody in the community.
So you have identified neighborhoods that really have a greater need for the hardening of the houses. And do you have a map of those? Is my house in it? I'm kidding.
Thanks,
Um,
Jenna and
Can
Commissioner
I
Lefferts.
just suggest maybe this sounds like something F Cube might be interested in being a part of for the events they might be interested in joining.
Thank you, commissioners, and thank you, Jenna. One last thing that's on the council schedule for the month of October is an energy efficiency rebates from APS, and that's on Tuesday, October 21st. And I believe that's a big check presentation for some rebates for energy efficiency, but I'm not leading that one, so I'm pretty sure that's what that one is. So if I misspoke, I apologize. So those are some of the things coming up. So we do have quite a few items from the Sustainability Office going to council. And again, encourage anyone, if you're interested in attending the meetings, to learn more, to do so. And let me pull up the monthly report just a second.
I will add one thing while Genevieve is pulling that up. We do have carbon neutrality plan update open houses, which I think Jenny's emailed you about. So I would encourage you to join one of those if you can. And we had an online one today, and there was also excitement about the wildfire initiative program, and Michelle was on there, so she is already in the.
Yeah, thanks, Jenna, for bringing that up. So just a couple highlights. This is our August report. So we have a monthly report that we produce every month, basically monthly. So it just highlights a couple things that we've been doing. So obviously the sustainability grants are out, really exciting, and we're looking forward to seeing who gets those. We also cleaned up 375 pounds of invasive plant species, which is really cool. So it's a lot. Had climate resilience project, which happens every month. Equity Climate Advisory Group, the virtual power purchase agreement. So that's one of the things Nicole's going to be going, our director Nicole's going to be going to council for. Our youth climate action VISTA program position has ended. Anyway, there's a lot of things. So I won't go through all of them, but just that we're doing a lot and happy to chat more if you want more information.
Thank you. The inclusion on the agenda of the report is very nice. It's very nicely done, very well laid out. You guys work really hard. I'm very impressed with the sustainability group.
Thank you.
Any questions regarding the monthly report?
The only question I have is, did the liaison that they had selected not pass her, you know?
She starts on Monday.
Woo! So we shall be seeing her at the next meeting. That'll be wonderful. Thank you very much. Okay, so now we're at the to and from. Is there anybody that wants to contribute to the to and from? All right. And I'd like to formally apologize to Jenna for stepping on her agenda item. I didn't mean to do that to you. I'm so sorry. She gave me a heads up beforehand and I thought she wanted me to do it, so I apologize. So, and all that being, are there any other future agenda item requests? Cameron, do you have any agenda items you'd like to put on the next meeting?
No, I'm good.
Okay,
I might just like some sort of thing, what goes on with the region. Just like an update on what goes on with the regional plan with that city council meeting.
is the updated regional plan online so that if we wanted to go and look at it before it goes to city council, it's pretty easy to access?
Yes,
Even
I
though
can
it's
send.
200 pages?
Yes, I'm happy to send out a link to the
Thank
regional
you.
plan website, which includes the public hearing draft, and anyone can dig in at that.
I would really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Could we put on the agenda the introduction of our new liaison and maybe some time for her to talk to us? I'm sure you were already going to do that, but I thought might as well mention it. Right. All else being anything else for the good of the order? That being the case, shall we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you very much. Second.
Second.
All those in favor of adjourning this meeting?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
And just for the record, it's 5:19 PM.